be looking at a low interest rate environment going into the calendar year 2025, and I don't know who wouldn't celebrate that. That's my time here on Lead Story this evening on CVM TV. I make way for the news. Curlin and Stephen are standing by literally.
No more fear of missing out. CVM TV News is on YouTube. Get up-to-date news, sports, and business content at CVM TV News anytime, anywhere. Subscribe now to CVM TV News to see it happen.
Many strides, one dream, many heartbeats, one pulse. Sagicor, celebrating Jamaican success. The time by Sagicor is
7 o'clock.
I am the only dog.
But we fix our business fair, you know.
More comfortable.
More comfortable for what, Pastor?
Jamaica's favorite drama, Your Guilty Pleasure. Royal Palm Estate is on CVM every Tuesday and Sunday at 9 p.m.
Hi, I'm Celine Gordon, host of Holy Road.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your boy John Mark Wigan, host on the show Holy Road. Listen, people need to know what's happening in the churches and in ministry in all of Jamaica. It's an absolute blessing. We're really excited to share this.
Tune in to CVM, see it happen. All right, guys, the news is in. You are loving MTM on CVM.
And for those who don't know, we are the Mitchells. I'm Wayne.
And I'm Tammy.
And you can come along with us on our journey every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Right here, you can see it happening on CVM TV.
Yeah, MTM on CVM.
See it happen, man. CVM, man. MTM, man. CVM, man. See it happen, man. CVM, man.
You're the sugar to my tea. Meet the Mitchell family.
Tonight in CVM News, at 80% of Jamaicans believe all parliamentarians should have statutory declarations certified to remain in Parliament. Cartel and co-appellants' fate to be determined on Wednesday, and Ministry of Health and Wellness reports no increase in dengue cases.
Also this evening, lack of electricity sparks protests. In the business report, Grace Kennedy Food Festival expected to boost food tourism in Kingston. And in sports, Windies optimistic despite series defeat. From Kingston, Jamaica, this is CVM News at 7. I'm Stephen McHugh.
And I'm Curlin Brown. It's Monday, July 29, 2024. Thanks so much for joining us. Now, a new poll reveals a striking 80% of Jamaicans believe all parliamentarians should have their statutory declarations certified to remain in Parliament.
Amid growing scrutiny from the Integrity Commission, which is yet to certify the Prime Minister's declarations, some have taken issue with how the latest figures have been framed. Ramon Gordon examines that and more.
Jamaica's integrity watchdog, the Integrity Commission IC, says it may soon complete processing the Prime Minister's statutory declarations. They haven't been certified since 2021, which has stalled subsequent submissions. The IC, in its 2023-2024 report, conceded that much has been said about the non-certification of Holness's declarations, ostensibly referencing attacks from within opposition ranks and other stakeholders who say the circumstances are disqualifying. The latest Don Anderson polls seem to agree. 80% of Jamaicans believe that all parliamentarians must have their statutory declarations certified to continue sitting in Parliament. 10.6% disagree with that sentiment, while 8.6% are neutral. The opposition likely sees this news as validation. However, some pundits are of a different perspective.
Polls can be manipulated and questions can be framed in a way to get the message and the question that you want.
Is that what you're saying the opposition is doing in this instance?
Well, that's what the opposition is supposed to do.
The most recent poll comes just a few weeks after a similar PNP commissioned MRSL investigation, which found that the PNP leader holds a slight advantage in positive ratings over Prime Minister Andrew Holness.
I've heard some people talk about on social media that this particular opposition likes to use, it likes to use polls as a strategy to bolster its positions in the public eye. So
the Integrity Commission has come under intense scrutiny over the last several years, particularly regarding the speed at which it has moved to settle the Prime Minister's declarations. Questions have emerged about its efficiency, and some fear it has become too entangled in political rows.
It's courted controversy a little bit too much. What I will say is that its leadership needs to rethink itself and think about how it has positioned itself in relation to some of the more contentious quarrels that have emerged around our political parties and taking sides with political. It needs to do that some more and see how it can disentangle itself from the partisan quarrel.
In February, Holness confirmed that he had provided additional information being sought by the Commission and is awaiting an update from the IC. Here he is again last year.
I simply have to be very frugal with my time. And I suspect the same for the Integrity Commission, but I would expect that they would give some priority to my declarations.
Ramon Gordon for CVM News.
To this developing story now, the police have retracted an earlier statement identifying a Kampong Maroon chief, Richard Curry, a person of interest in the alleged barricading of 7 Forestry Department workers in Quick Step, St. Elizabeth at the weekend. Now, the statement requested Curry to report to the St. Elizabeth Divisional Headquarters in Black River. However, head of the police's communications network, Senior Superintendent Stephanie Lindsay, has confirmed Curry is no longer considered a person of interest and is not required to report to the police. Now, the incident surrounds allegations the Forestry Department workers were barricaded in the cockpit country while trying to remove mahogany lumber from a community adjacent to a kampong in northern St. Elizabeth. The Forestry Department reportedly disrupted a major illegal logging operation and faced resistance from over 200 community members. The police have since imposed a 48-hour curfew on Quick Step and surrounding areas, including the Pullet Hole Main Road and the forest reserves.
The local appeal court will soon decide whether the infamous dancehall entertainer Adidja Vibes Cartel Palmer and his co-accused Sean Storm Campbell, Kahira Jones and Andre St. John will face a new trial for the 2011 murder of Clive Lizard Williams, or if they will be acquitted. The decision will follow the Privy Council's marked reversal of their 2014 conviction, which sent shockwaves through the legal community. The ruling will be handed down by the newly appointed President of the Court of Appeal, Justice Marva MacDonald Bishop, alongside Justices Paulette Williams and David Fraser. CVM News will be covering the matter on Wednesday.
The police continue to mourn the tragic death of Detective Sergeant Kevin Mayne, with recent research showing majority of the force suffers from depression. There are concerns members could plunge further into sadness. Here's Trishagaye Kelly with more.
Members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF, are tasked with a job that on any given day could place them in harm's way. Recent studies have shown that the type of experiences they encounter on a daily basis can also make them prone to depression, with the majority of the force already depressed. Following the death of their colleague, Police Sergeant Kevin Mayne, last Monday, head of JCF Corporate Communications Network, CCN Senior Superintendent Stephanie Lindsay, had relayed that JCF members were not taking the loss well. Clinical Director of the Force's Medical Services Department, Dr. George Leverage, explains that the Force has mechanisms in place to help those individuals with their burdens.
High Command has established mechanisms to mitigate and to trigger interventions which are needed to address these issues. So there are different departments involved in bringing the support right on the ground to the people.
He explains various departments come together to assist JCF members, including the chaplaincy services, medical services branch, and even the welfare department. And the care is not only limited to JCF members.
They also trigger a response that gets to the family members. And once the family members are properly informed, that support is taken to their homes. And that's just a small fraction of what happens in these situations.
This intervention is relevant, as expressed by researcher Dr. Paul Bourne. Coincidentally, the deceased was within the age group that was labeled clinically depressed. Dr. Bourne explains colleagues in his age group could be severely impacted by his death. He fears the incident could trigger additional concerns within the ranks.
It could mean a worsen the situation, as well as it could be a constant of the situation, as well as it could maybe not affect the situation at all. It all depends on the relationship between the people inside at the station. So that is going to be a critical factor, because remember, people are biased by their very association closer than others. So those who are close and within the context of the current age that you're actually looking at, it could mean a worse of the situation of those persons who are at that station.
Sergeant Kevin Mayne was killed last Monday while transporting a civilian to his office for further questioning. Trishagaye Kelly, CVM News.
And CVM News at 7 will continue in a moment.
Sure we can. We never see a boy look pretty like you.
Hey son, you good?
No, Dad, I'm starving. Can we get some juicy patties?
Celebrating over 40 years of everyday moments.
We believe in golden years that shine bright, and nutrition plays a vital role in keeping our seniors healthy and happy. Studies have shown that in Jamaica, nearly 35% of men 65 years and older and 10% of women the same age are underweight. As we journey through life, nutrition remains essential. But as we age, it becomes even more crucial. Many older adults face nutritional challenges, and inadequate nutrition with the management of non-communicable diseases contributes to or worsens their well-being.
If older persons are losing weight rapidly or have loss of appetite or difficulty swallowing, please take them to a doctor or the nearest health center.
Let's help our seniors stay happy and healthy with good nutrition. This is a message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Welcome back. Complaints appear to be the only thing lighting up the Georges Valley and Braes River area in northeastern St. Elizabeth. Councillor Donovan Pagan called in to CVM TV, insisting despite little to no damage and ongoing protests 26 days since the storm, they are still without electricity. While there seems to be hope for water, they say they are walking in darkness concerning power. Nika Lewis reports.
It's days shy of a full month since Hurricane Beryl left sections of the island in darkness with no access to power from the JPS grid. And while the utility providers maintain work is apace in the country to return customers to normal, the people of Georges Valley, St. Elizabeth are still waiting for light and water. Rising tensions sparked a fresh round of protests this morning, with locals demanding the return of power above all.
I'm not going to bash NWC that bad, because the truth be told, they are servicing the generator to start supply pumping again pretty soon today. But my major concern is JPS.
Have you seen any of their workers?
Come again?
Have you seen any of the JPS teams on the ground?
No, not one truck. Not a pickup, nobody.
Not since the storm?
Well, one time they passed through.
Okay.
Then they passed through and they observed, but they have returned.
Despite the Prime Minister and several state actors, including utility providers, paying frequent visits to the parish deemed worst hit, the councillor says there's been no word on when their light will return.
When you look in Georges Valley now, there's minuscule problem with the wires and the posts. So I think, just a layman's view, that electricity could be restored in a community like Georges Valley, Rutherford, Elam, those three districts. Where I live in Goshen, there's no electricity in a section where I live. So we would love for the JPS team to come and pay the people of Georges Valley a visit. Right now they are demonstrating, the road is blocked, no cars can pass, and it's a main thoroughfare.
It hits differently for them, many of whom are said to be chicken farmers and require the warmth for chickens to grow and thrive. It's a strain on their earnings and way of living, scrambling still for candles and kerosene.
My concern is the lack of electricity, and the residents are suffering because a lot of them are chicken farmers, and the chicken reach a stage that they need to be killed down for usage. And the heat alone is killing the chickens, and they can't get to deal with that situation. And so I want JPS to come in and deal with the electricity. And there are several areas in my division that have no electricity.
When CVM News contacted Public Relations Manager at JPS, Audrey Williams, she explains work is on in earnest to restore power to the people of St. Elizabeth.
While well over half of the customers in St. Elizabeth are restored, we do acknowledge that we have a ways to go. We appeal for patience and we ask our customers to bear with us. We can't be everywhere all at once, all at the same time, but we promise to get to everyone and to have everyone restored. We're just asking for a bit more patience, and thank you to our customers who have been waiting. We understand how frustrating it can be, but we do commit to getting to you as quickly as we can.
Nika Lewis, CVM News.
And Member of Parliament for St. Elizabeth North East, Delroy Slowly, is standing with the residents amid the protests. He told CVM News despite efforts to assist the power company effect swift repairs to the 2 poles that were impacted in the area, not much has changed. He also explains he too remains without power and is urging the people to exercise patience until Wednesday, when he has been assured some work should begin.
Since the Integrity Commission's report of 8 individuals accused of illicit enrichment, there has been a repeated call for them to be named. The PNP at a party conference in North Trelawny last weekend demanded transparency, suggesting the Prime Minister is among the 8. Here's more from Courtenay Lewis.
The People's National Party is again calling for transparency on the illicit 8, this time accusing the Prime Minister of being unclear about his assets.
How can we have a Prime Minister of a country and for 3 years them can't sign off that what him own in salary can afford it? Me I dare the Prime Minister to sue me, because unless the Prime Minister is certified, I believe he's one of the 8 that they are investigating for illicit enrichment.
But PNP General Secretary Dr. Dayton Campbell was not alone. North Trelawny constituency chairman Dennis Meadows says it's time for the Prime Minister to publicly name the members accused of illicit enrichment.
He, as the head of government and head of the Jamaica Labour Party, come and disclose to the people of Jamaica the 8-member parliament among them who have received notice from the Integrity Commission advising that they are under investigation. It is a decent thing to do.
Courtenay Lewis for CVM News.
Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton previously reported his ministry is anticipating an increase in dengue cases. However, with growing sensitization and support, the numbers are at a standstill. Here's Trishagaye Kelly with that follow-up.
Mosquitoes have been a matter of concern of late, and more so since the hurricane. Many Jamaicans have reported an increase in the number of mosquitoes in and around their homes, and the Ministry of Health and Wellness has confirmed the claim, noting that some 74 species of mosquitoes are on the island, with an additional 2 species discovered in recent times. It's why the ministry anticipated an increase in dengue cases, but Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton explains things are going better than expected.
We have not noticed any increase in dengue in the parish, indeed in the country. It is not to say that with increased population, the risk of dengue will not increase. It will. And so what we're asking people to do is to be vigilant and to manage them in their environment. But as of now, we haven't seen any increase in dengue.
Despite this report, he's urging Jamaicans to continue ridding their homes of breeding sites. The minister, while touring with vector control workers in Trelawny, urged residents to prepare.
Get rid of the water that is in your vase and your whatnot, or your dining room table, or the old tires and milk tins and so on. You have to control your environment and also protect yourself. Get an insect repellent, protect yourself so that you play your part in ensuring that we don't see an ongoing situation where we become part of the problem rather than the solution.
Earlier this month, the ministry announced that the season itself, coupled with climate change and ongoing rainfall, are contributing factors to the increasing mosquito population.
In the summer months, we're seeing the mosquitoes go from eggs to adults in 5 days. And so what that means is that we're having more mosquitoes over a shorter period of time. Now, with rainfall added to that variability, so you're having more mosquitoes a shorter period of time, more breeding sites. So you're having more mosquitoes breeding in more breeding sites over a shorter period of time.
Locals are also encouraged to welcome vector control workers who will be visiting communities island-wide, especially in areas where there is no electricity. Trishagaye Kelly, CVM News.
The business report will be up after the break. What are your...
At Sligotville Stadium, July 31, Kiddies Village, Gospel Night, Kevin Downsville Road, Isabella Carey Sales, and more. August 1, Sports, Midday Concert, Celebrity Cook-Off, Senator Damon Crawford, MP Juliet Cuthbert, SSP Stephanie Lindsay, Reggae Showcase, Sizzla, Kalanji, Bugle, Lane, and more. Admission is free. Sponsors TPD, CDF, Airports Authority, CVM, NHF, Grace Kennedy, Burger King, New Era Fencing, Jamaica 62, Sepron, Guinness, Maggie, Jackson Enterprises, SCC, and Connex. Don't miss it.
Live bill-free until 2025 with Quartz Ready Cash. That's right, no light, no water, nor cable bill. Just take a Quartz Ready Cash loan of $80,000 or more on 18 to 36 months between July 8 and August 18, and you'll be automatically entered for a chance to win. First place, free bill payment for 6 months valued at $600,000. Second place, free bill payment for 3 months valued at $300,000. And third place, free bill payment for 1 month valued at $100,000. Plus one winner of $50,000 weekly. Visit any of our locations island-wide to apply or online at quartzreadycash.com. It's quick, easy, and hassle-free. Live bill-free until 2025 with Quartz Ready Cash. Ready when you are. Conditions apply. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming, and Lotteries Act.
Good evening and welcome to the Business Report. I'm Andrew Lately. Thousands of Jamaicans and visitors are expected to converge in Kingston on August 24 for Grace Kennedy's inaugural Grace Food Festival. Now, the food festival is poised to become a calendar event for food lovers seeking bespoke gastronomy experiences. Grace Kennedy is bolstering Jamaica's food tourism offering with a unique festival which is gaining momentum from Jamaicans at home and abroad.
We have seen the impact that festivals have been having around the world on the economies of the country.